Hey, Rob welcome to Harness, and today we're going to be taking a look at an automated DevSecOps pipeline leveraging Harness and StackHawk. If you're unfamiliar with StackHawk, StackHawk is a DAST tool that actually introspects running applications and helps point out security vulnerabilities and also security remedy information. Taking a look at the completed example here, which actually the full instructions are in the blog how to set this up. Now, to build this example, let's take a look at the logical diagram for this example. There are a few moving pieces here. Here we have actually two Harness delegates, one running in EC2 and one running in EKS. Now the point being that if you pass the pipeline, actually this particular application will be deployed. Let's take a quick look at that particular application. The application that we're using is a vulnerable node application that's actually created by StackHawk. Now if you want to change one particular thing, if you come to the Docker Compose here you can actually make a custom image. Now in the blog post, we go through soup to nuts. If you never used Docker before, you can actually get started with the Docker runtime and Docker Compose to build this particular image. With this particular line here in the Docker Compose, you can give the image a custom name and you can push this to a repository. So let's take a look at the three moving pieces. So what we created here is a DevSecOps pipeline. Basically three pieces here. Basically, we're going to be scanning the application with StackHawk, going to be interpreting the scan results and deploying the node application. Taking a look at actually the moving pieces here, let's take a look at the scan. The scan is basically a Harness workflow, which we have a shell script that actually will go and invoke the StackHawk scanner, similarly to the interpret the application, similarly a shell script that will pull the results back from StackHawk, and if there's any high vulnerability results, we're going to actually block the deployment. Let's take a look at what this actually looks like when we execute it. By clicking continuous deployment, let's go ahead and make a particular deployment. We'll start a new deployment. Going to be deploying the StackHawk application with the DevSecOps pipeline. Here we're going to have to enter a few pieces of information. Your StackHawk scan will have a particular application ID. This is the rule set you'll be subject against to. Then also, what is the running address of the application that StackHawk needs? Here, this has been built out in our particular blog post. And then since we're deploying the node application, I have a tag for StackHawk. Click submit. And now the pipeline will be running. Now, as we're going to be expecting, this should fail, but let's wait for it to complete. Currently the scan is running, and so soon we'll be interpreting the results. The scan is just completed, and soon we'll be moving to the second stage. Now we're going to be interpreting these scan results, and as expected, there was a failure because we have actually three high security vulnerabilities that were found. If you come back to StackHawk, we can actually take a look at that. So if we take a look at our application, here's the scan we just ran, and we can see there are three high security vulnerabilities. Now, the beauty of StackHawk is that we can actually come back, remedy these, and then rerun the particular pipeline. And if there's no high vulnerabilities, we can go ahead and deploy successfully. But that is the DevSecOps pipeline in a nutshell. Until next time, cheers, Robbie.